markets just keeps on rising. So let's say that Sensex, the price of the Sensex, it just keeps on increasing, right? But some people are going to think that the growth of the Sensex, the growth in price, it's not sustainable, so it might decrease soon. Because history says that as something keeps growing, it has to stabilize as well.
So just like weather, you need to predict it.
Yes. You can think about how they predict the weather. You have to look at the different. You have to look at the climate in one part of this place and then the climate here, and then sort of see, how they're doing.
So it's all about predicting the best and the best.
Sorry?
No, so it's like the much better you predict, the much better you can.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys have all heard of. Have you all heard of Warren Buffett? Everyone knows about Warren Buffett. He's the third richest man in the world, and he made all his money off of investing. So he started a company called Berkshire Hathaway, and that's where he basically found other companies to invest in. Now, what he does is something called, he finds companies that the market has undervalued. Now, the market is like the Sensex, right? So each company in the Sensex has a stock price, right? And every time, the price you see is the price that somebody's willing to pay for it. So if somebody thinks that the stock is going to keep going higher, then they'll say, I might be willing to pay a higher price for that, because I think it's going to go higher than what I'm paying for that right now. Conversely, if the market doesn't think a stock is doing well, and the company that the stock represents is doing poorly, then they're not going to be willing to pay as much for a percentage of ownership for that stock as previously. So the price of a stock always has to do about how confident the market is feeling about the company itself, if that makes sense. So you guys wouldn't invest in, let's say, something you think would definitely go down, and even if you did, you'd be willing to sell it at a lower price, or you know what I mean. So it's So maybe go a way to explain this. So what Warren Buffett does is he finds companies that he thinks the market, which is basically just the buyers and sellers, he thinks that the whole market is wrong about. Basically, he finds companies that the market has deemed finds the stocks that he thinks the market is deemed to be very poorly performing. He calls those undervalued because he thinks that they have a greater value than the market gives them. That means their stock price is trading at something lower than what he thinks the true stock price is. So he finds and he buys those stocks of those companies, and then most of the time he's right. I mean, he's a billionaire. His record speaks for itself because he's been able to find these companies. The market is undervalued for so long. He invests in those, and then once the market realizes that the company is doing well, then they're gonna bid the stock price back up to a higher price. So in that way, he finds something market undervalued, and then the market valued it correctly. So then the stock price went up. If that makes sense, Understanding Warren Buffett's style is a little bit complicated because he uses a lot. He's a very seasoned investor. He goes beyond some of the basic stuff that we talk here. So, but he sort of predicts stuff based on he invests in stuff that he thinks is undervalued. He basically finds a bargain on stuff, and a bargain on a stock. So that's it. Bargain, obviously, a cheaper price for something worth more in reality. Any more questions or? So at this point, does anybody feel that they can write some basic level articles how certain things work, how money works every day? They can write basic articles for other students to read. Does anybody feel a bit more confident at this point about money? About learning? Sorry?
I feel little confident.
Sorry, I can hear you.
I just told that I feel little confident.
You feel more confident? Yeah, so again, I encourage that you guys go and start writing. And it doesn't have to be for street films just yet. Just get a diary and just sort of jot down any thoughts you have about really anything related. So if you have, let's say you read an article in the newspaper about how some company is doing well, then you might want to take note of that and then maybe come back to it later, revisit it later. Just keep a journal, for that kind of stuff. And at this school, I don't know if there's any. Do you guys have clubs at the school? Do you guys have clubs at the school? Anything? You don't have extra clubs at different times? Okay. Well, so this can be like sort of like your informal group as well. So if you guys want to just you guys can just form a group by yourselves and like just talk about different stuff about it. Let's say, because if you're in a group, you're getting exposed to different ideas. So what some person read in a newspaper, another person could have read in another newspaper about another stock. You guys can compare like your thoughts about those two companies, and then sort of grow upon that, those ideas that you can share with each other.
And yeah, mentoring and if anything you have to
What?
club, if they form a club, we can continue to mentor them online.
Yeah, so the whole idea for Street Films is like it's an online community for students like us, students below the age of 12, and even in college, for us to just basically go and you guys can go there online and actually understand finance in a simple and easy way. So that's what we're here to provide for. So I mean, it's not going to be like video chat, but we can provide instruction through articles, and we can just mentor based off the online community that we'll hopefully create with Street Films. You guys can be part of that community. Any more questions about anything?